Welcome to Back 40 again. Dave's with me again.
Hello.
To laugh and swear and point. And help. He's a big help. He loves to point out my mistakes too, which is good. So we're going to go backwards because that's what I do. We're going to try and get the LS that's on the floor. You can't see it in the Hudson. Just to give us some room because we're tripping over ourselves in here. And that's my fault. I'm dragging too much junk home. I admit that. Anyway, so we're going to lift the hood off. We're going to find the mounts and plates if I can. Try and put them on that. Try to get the motor just sit in the hole and bolt it down. And that way I can just fire a drop sheet or something over the top of it and go at the firewall. Because I'm going to be some cutting and welding that firewall, I think. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Where's a good spot to grab this? Bring it my way so it doesn't slide off on that side. There. At least now it sits semi-level.
Big LS size hole.
Mounts on the bottom.
Mounts on the bottom. So we just need the top down for the motor we can find.
I'm pretty sure that in that pile of stuff that I have in the 305 is there.
She's even got a fault alternator and a power steering pump.
Oh,
So we
could take that other 305 and put it in if you really want to.
could, but I want the LS. Lots of room in that fire.
And you have a cross member.
Awesome. With a hole. Yep. 2L2 if I need to. Perfect. That motor's gonna look so tiny in there.
I think it'll fill quite a bit.
It probably will.
I think there's not going to be a whole lot of room.
I say. But we might be alright. Take this off. We could take that off, that'll get us 6 inches.
Maybe a few inches, yeah.
And stop us from smashing it, because I like to smash stuff.
Yeah, 2 bolts on each side.
Yeah, really.
They look like 1/2-inch bolts. 7/16 bolts maybe.
So front end.
Are you going to keep it tilting?
We ain't done all that work to it, so I might as well. Might be foolish not to. We done a good old job of it. As a matter of fact, after the engine's in there, we can bolt that back on. And then it's out of the way. And then we gotta figure out how to make it last again.
Well, move her up.
You know, that might be original.
Maybe.
That part. I don't know about this, but that definitely was. Oh.
There's
No
your
more admission box.
Yeah.
Well, that one's off. But
No, I wanted to see if it was a 7/16.
that one's welded, so you can't tell.
But, oh yeah, I'll have to come up underneath.
Yep. And that one, we can't fit it in there. Oh, wait, it's angled down. I'd like to always place it every. I'm just gonna put my finger on it down there. It's big.
Mess.
Not spinning yet.
Okay, I
See
see.
my finger on the nut, but I can't get a wrench in there. The other side, if you can get. Get that in there.
Ratchet. You want it.
Come on. Oh, you got it, did you?
Yep.
Thank you.
I figured I'd let you go up and growl a little bit and tell you the difference. Now see you going with the ratchet. Here you going with the ratchet, but I don't see no bolt moving.
It was moving a bit. That should give us another 6 inches. At least we got room. I want you to move that rack. The only thing is, and we got to turn her. Okay, we're up. Oh, yeah.
No, you just get it set on the house, that'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then you can ponder about all this work tomorrow. You don't get Easter Monday off?
Nope.
A little bit more?
Yep, please. You want to use your money. Hey, if you want to try coming ahead. Okay, push her back. Okay, stop for a minute. Stop.
Yeah, did you hear me?
I'm all right.
I can hear you in a minute here, in a couple minutes.
Okay. There you go. So now when you start putting down stuff.
Oh yeah, you relying on me to do that? Ooh.
Okay.
A little bit more ahead.
Okay, down.
I'll try to let it go down a little bit slower. This ground wire might check it. Okay.
Okay. You're gonna have to.
Come ahead.
Let me think of it for a minute. You know what? I wonder if I can just buzz that piece of manifold off real quick. Oh yeah, on that side.
Well, it depends.
I guess we could push it.
If we put it down a little bit more on this side, we can go back a little bit further before you hit anything. You might catch the frame there, but I doubt it. We clear the manifolds here. At most, you might catch this.
You know, you drop, I can push it a bit.
You want me to push ahead or just drop it?
Give me just a second. Okay, now drop it. Slow. I'm in your way, aren't I?
Yeah.
There.
You're caught in the oil pan on this battery tray.
Okay. So we need. All right. So it's the next day. Dave and I fought with the Hudson and the motor last night for probably about 3 hours altogether, between putting transmission lines on and stuff like that, and them tiny little clips that this big that old eyes like ours can't see. Put the mounts on the adapter plates. My camera angle wasn't great because of the room I had, but anyway, that's what we did. And as you can see, it's sitting in the car, but things aren't 100% either. It's sitting down. The mount on the passenger side is in place there, or the bolt's in place. I don't know if you can see it. Let's get a light in there. Anyway, I'll get a light wait a second. Yes, the passenger side mount, the bolt is in, so it's sitting where it needs to be for that. Now the driver's side mount, I don't know if you can even see it. Down in there, it's my phone in there. Now you can see that, just barely see, but the mount is sitting above the hole. That mount has to drop an inch for the motor will put itself in the right place. And as you can see, my power steering pulley is going to hit the cross member before the engine gets low enough. It's a very familiar problem. Some of you might remember. I had that with the Buick. Other than that, it fits in the hole not too bad. It looks pretty good in there. Tiny looking little motor. It did have a big block in it, so I figured it would go in. Now, yeah, that's a better shot of it. So my plan is to pull the motor and transmission back out and do something to lift the motor mounts up another inch, inch and a half, so that I don't have to worry about the clearance for the power steering pulley. And I don't really want to notch that cross member. That is something I can do, but I'd rather just raise the whole thing. I'm pretty sure I got some decent room above the transmission too. Before I do any of that though, I got a mess to clean up. My transmission lines leaked, so obviously they work. But just bear with me here. Right now there's just me. I got to get that motor mount bolt out, the one that's in there, lift the engine, transmission, get them out without breaking something. And this will be probably the second or third attempt to put it back in. We had it in once and it wasn't working when we had to take it out and adjust the chain. I don't have a whole lot of room between my stand and my car here. And I need some lights. Always. Gonna break those new lines. Think you know, right? Uh-oh. More stuff. God. I gotta tie it up somewhere. I think we're gonna zip tie it to something. Just for now. Maybe somewhere else. Right. That's a good idea. And again. So I need to put a little more floor dry in there. And messy. All right. Oh, my pin's good. So my plan is to raise those two motor mounts. Here, this one here has to come up about an inch, so I'll have to bring this one up about an inch as well. But I got to measure the distance between here and here, and keep that same distance after I raise it. So I'm gonna probably put some pieces of tubing or something on these perches, and that's I guess I'll just weld it on, and then we'll bolt or weld those mounts to it. And if I get it in the right place, I'll probably just weld them. I'm okay with that. Know what I mean? That's the grand plan. All right, so here's my little bit of homemade engineering. I'm clamping this piece of wood across where these two motor mounts are. I'm going to drill a hole through the back of the mount. You see here. And you can see the holes in the back of the mount. There's one there. I'm going to drill right through to the piece of wood on both sides. So when I go to line them up, if I do it the right way, it'll keep them distanced evenly the same way that they are now. Because I don't like fumbling with measuring tapes, and I'll usually mess up when I do stuff like that. Anyway, hopefully this will be a nice little hands-free operation to make things work. We'll see. I'm sure I'll probably mess it up somehow. But for now, this should put them right where they need to be. Yeah, Dave, you're on camera. Smile, you're on camera. Dave is grinding some stuff off the firewall.
You see where they patched in a couple different spots?
Yes. I think we might fire some color on there while we're there. Because you may never get time to again.
I'll see if I can clean off a little bit more. There's not really much I can get at anymore without wearing it. Your sandblaster would be good here in this spot. This part.
I'm not sure I want to clean up the mess tonight. But it would be. Alright, so I got some self-etching primer and some rubberized undercoat, because that's what I have. We'll just do where Dave grinded off there for now. As long as it's not too cold. What do you think?
Well, all you can do is shake that primer up and we'll find out.
Yep. I don't have the gloss black paint, or else this would have used. I don't think it would. As you can see. Cut down our mounts. We made another perch to put these mounts on. These lower pieces are actually just pieces off the perch of a square body. So we cut them down. We're going to put them on them pads. They cleaned off.
When I wish I had the fan going and suck it all the dust.
Well, if you can handle the cold, I'll open this window here again. Open that door. Give it a shot and try.
Yeah. Hey, an expert.
You want to pay an expert? I'm just making them one color. Hopefully we have enough rust out there. Not right in for the
As far as you want.
I should have a respirator, but I don't.
It's got a wide fan on it anyway, so.
This stuff does?
It looks like it has a wide fan. It goes by the black nozzle.
Around. Over top of the ground there. Perfect.
Well, it's all there, very good. We call it
How are you building?
yeah. There you go. Didn't do the other side, make a match. There you go. Good. Oh, it smells nice.
You know how many times I'll rub that firewall when I'm putting those pads on there?
Oh, I can see again. Good overspray, man. Oh, no, it's from the body. It's going body. Hey, go under for a second now.
Yep. What's up?
Black. What's left in it?
Can I have a rough check instead? That
This one.
Pryline rust stuff. Should have an encapsulated. That's what you do. Too cold to finish.
the spring home drain. Stop. Want me to shine your flashlight down there?
Nope, I can see. That's a good one. Should we check that for level again for the other side because it wants it? Because I probably did. Okay, I shouldn't even have to move that ground now, should I?
No, you shouldn't have to move the ground.
Okay.
There.
Alright. Take the clamps and stuff off. So these are our new mount perches. Right now they're just tacked in place. Brought her up at least an inch, maybe a little more. We don't like to measure things, we just like to guess. And then this professionally painted firewall by yours truly. And Dave. Smile, Dave. Now we're going to try and test fit the engine and see how she goes. Alright, test fit number 3. A little squeaky. Should I back her up a bit? Okay, push her back. Down. Down. Close, is it? It's close.
If I let down, because that's in place over there, if we could get this part of the motor tipped, maybe? What about here? Let's just drop it and see what happens.
Yeah, all you can do. Keep going.
There's no weight on it now.
It's just them friggin' tabs. Just the tab.
It's just one this one tab this time. Instead of the back tab, it's the front tab.
But does it look like it's sitting better in there?
It's sitting a lot better in there, I think.
Hey, are those holes gonna line up? It looks to me.
Watch your head when you're coming up. So your handle.
You know what? That's not gonna work.
Why?
Because this mount has to come this way.
What?
This mount has to come this way. Or the whole thing's gotta go that way, doesn't it?
Well, it looks like it was it looked like that mount was holding up.
You look, no, mounts aren't far enough apart.
This one here looks like you can put a bolt in it right now.
Should we try it? Better if we can just weld them in there. You know, probably could do that from there. Crowbar. Hey, you come in front and I'll work the map over here. There.
This.
It's got to come down and go towards them. I don't know. Let me get this out of here first. I think that's part of the stopping us. I think. You think? Still gotta go down. Yeah, look how far off that hole is.
How far off?
You're gonna be right beside it. We just dropped it, but still gonna drop it an inch. And that hole's gonna hit. There's my fucking welding.
Like I said. It was just tacked, so we don't know for sure how much it penetrated, right? At least now we
But you
know.
know,
Now we know.
now that it's out.
Probably back by the jack.
What's that?
Right back by the jack.
Now that it's out. Like,
What would be nice if we could get an actual.
you know what?
It was sliding in place before.
I got it lined up right where it was, going by the old tacks.
Yeah.
If you want to hook the welder up and retack it on this one side, I think we can probably do that. Can you reach down there with the welder?
Oh, here you want to tack here?
Yeah, because I think we're lined up. It looks like I'm on my old tacks, just pick some new spots. Or is that a stupid idea?
Yeah. Well, no, until we try, right? I don't know if it's gonna hold. I got this. I got the light.
This piece of
All right, we'll try and set her in place. See if it lines up at all. Then we'll do that. We'll lower it and see what happens.
Okay.
Quarter originally. You're in?
No.
No? No.
Well, it comes this way, I think.
Take some weight.
Yeah. Now these tabs are in the way. Alright, maybe find up.
It's not too far away.
Okay, let me get the crowbar on her and push it over. I'll give you that. Where are you, crowbar? Where are you?
It's almost like the motor's got to be tipped.
Or do we need a jack under it?
You gotta tip your engine. This here, I think this here is where this notch here.
Yeah.
That's gotta go here above that tab.
Hold on.
Okay.
Moved.
Here's the bolt. There.
All right, mostly. How's that one look over there now?
Well, now the mount, the thing is caught on the mount.
What thing?
Our clam. There. Now we can lower it.
You love to carry that around. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Just a bit. Okay, now here's the thing. The whole thing's got to go that way, letting it line up. But they're rubber. So, actually, okay, so the motor has to come out one more time. This is the motor mount. You can just barely see the hole on the driver's side. I'm going to have to oblong that hole because the motor mounts are not spread nearly far enough apart. There was no way of telling it without trying to test fit the motor the few times that we did. And I did, the motor mounts are as far apart as they were in the beginning, as you saw from that little stick I used, but I guess they were never the right spot to begin with. The one on the passenger side, you can see there, it does line up pretty good. My light so you can see. Yeah, it's pretty well lined up straight through. So, motor has come out one more time, and we have to solid weld the mounts all the way in anyway. I'm not going to get into trying to figure out just how far apart those mounts should go again. I'm just going to tack them in place, oblong the hole for the motor mount on the driver's side, and hopefully that'll be good enough. I should be able to catch enough meat there. As it is, we ended up having to trim that mount itself quite a bit. The actual bottom half of the mount with the urethane and the steel sleeve that was too wide. I don't know how or why, but the one on the driver's or passenger side was just fine. We ended up having to do some cutting on the one for the driver's side. It was never meant to be to begin with. Anyway, with any luck, this will be the last time I have to pull it back out for a while. Let's see what happens. This whole channel is a whole lot of it. Let's see what happens. Probably don't have to go all the way out. Let's see. I also got to hold up the Yep. Pressing lines yet. Somebody scratched up my firewall. Must be. Could put a dent in a hole in it too. That old firewall's gonna need some patching yet. Great. So I'm gonna run some weld down both sides of those perches that I have my mounts on each side, and try and get a nice solid bead on each one. As you can see, the rubber sticking out from the mount on this one on both ends. We ended up having to cut the red urethane off the sides of that one. Hopefully we didn't hurt anything. Everything still seems to be all right. And those foolish little tabs that are on this one, we had to cut them off that one too. This one seems to be okay here on the passenger side. That one over there on the driver's side was giving us a lot of grief. I think they're two different mounts, to be honest. Again, I really think it's just aftermarket stuff, just not fitting as good as it's supposed to. Fairly common problem. This is not a bad welder for a little flux core. That's pretty damn good. All right. I'm gonna call that good. Now we'll oblong that hole and try and set the motor back in. And hopefully it'll stay there this time. One could say I'm a little less mediocre than I was. Still mediocre, you know. Pole buddy's nerfed. There's some primer on that for a minute. Yes, I really should grind these, but you know, nobody can see them. They're strong. In my mind, if you're taking away metal, you're taking away strength. All I want to do is keep those bouncing moving. That's it. That's all I have to do. Life's not perfect, neither am I. Let them dry for a bit. I'll blow them holes. Then we'll maybe shoot some black on them, I don't know. Perfect. Okay, so I have scribed, marked on the outside of the hole here. Over here, you can see this kind of half ring. I'm going to try and grind that out as best I can with my little end mill tool. I marked it here on the front and on the back. And with any luck, that should be all I need to do now to fit this engine in place. All right, so we've made the motor mount holes more of an oval shape. One job done, front and back there. We finished welded our motor mounts, put a quick coat of black paint on, just to keep the rust from, or the weld from rusting. And I'm going to try and set the motor back in. Oh, I've also tightened my clamshells on the block here. They were a little bit loose. Dave and I just had them snug for fitting stuff. Time to drop her back in to see what happens. All right. Wish me luck. I wish Dave was here. Let me hold things straight. Might be a good time to add. This is not the kind of thing you always want to be trying to do alone. Ah, that's drop. Let's see where we're at. I think it fell down. Nice. Almost did, didn't it? Oh, she almost dropped into place. Looks at that. Working better than one. Now the hole's not up. Got another one more yet. Let me touch. We're getting closer. Very close. Yeah. We're getting there. Almost lined up. Perfect. I got the I'm gonna move that one. We're almost there. Ooh. Almost. Almost. Moving. We might have to get something to pound her through there. Better than she's ever gone so far. Just bear with me now. Just bear with me. Getting closer. Big old extension of the hammer. Yeah. Let's see now. You know, that water probably went now. Success! She's in on the motor mounts. Still got to make a transmission mount. Actually, the mount was there. We just need to make a bracket about move it about 3 inches. So we now have a 5.3 sitting in the Hudson. One more step. As I said, I just got to make a transmission mount. And yeah. And then we can now lock her down for good. All the messing around with the motor mounts worked. She's in good and solid. There's a fair bit of room on this side. That shroud for the exhaust manifold is going to have to come off. And on this side, truck manifold dumps down. There's a clutch master cylinder or something to do with the brakes there. Down here. This thing here. I'm not sure exactly what this looks like. Some kind of apportionment valve. Maybe it's a line lock. I'm not sure. I've never seen those before. So that's in. That's one major obstacle. I'll make the transmission mount. We can now throw the hood back on for now and get her off the roof there and carry on. And I think the next major thing might be, we got the Silverado seat sitting in there, but I think we might try and mount the steering column. I have that nice little Chevette one down there. Don't know if you can see. There it is. I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. I might. I think it'll just go in easier than the Silverado one because we can wire around that. Yeah. So that's going to be it for this evening, for this video. Thanks everybody for watching. I know it was kind of long and drawn out, and we did kind of go backwards, but I needed to get some room here on the floor. I've had none since Hudson came in here. So the 5.3 now sitting in the car. One major obstacle kind of addressed. I don't have to move it again. I just got to jack up the back of it, the tail shaft and the transmission, and put a mount in there, and then that's done. It's great. So the next video, like I said, I might try mount the steering column. We'll put the hood back on, and then the girls and I can get out and start trying to get rid of all this rust and finish up a couple spots in the roof. And yeah, lots of progress for me today. I'm pretty happy with this. Again, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a good evening.